Today we're at the Central Park, our Chesterfield Amphitheater, for the 16th annual Run, Walk, Breathe 5K. I was diagnosed with stage 4B lung cancer 4 years ago this weekend. And I participated in races 2 years ago and then last year. And this year I decided I would give back and volunteer. I was totally taken aback by the diagnosis. I went to see the urgent care doc for back pain, and she thought it was a urinary tract infection, sent me home with some medications. It didn't get better, went back to the urgent care, saw a different doctor, and she said, "It's not protocol, but I'm going to go ahead and get a spine x-ray on you." And she found a compression fracture of my sixth thoracic vertebrae with a large mass extruding into the spinal cord. So started getting CAT scans, MRIs, biopsy, and it turned out I had stage 4B non-small cell lung cancer with metastasis to my spine, my scapula, and my scalp. They started immediate radiation therapy to shrink the tumor in the spine because I was having weakness and numbness in my lower extremities, requiring a hospital stay. So they continued my radiation while I was in the hospital, and then discharged me. And I was had my doctor's appointment with the oncologist after I was discharged, and he said he was canceling my chemotherapy. And of course I was like, whoa, wait a minute, how bad is this? And he said, no. He said, it's good news. He said, you have an EGFR mutation and there's a targeted therapy for it. So I had 10 rounds of palliative radiation. I started on Tagrisso, that's made by AstraZeneca, and I've been on Tagrisso for 4 years now this month. And I had one brief 5-session stereotactic whole body radiation therapy to my primary tumor because it just wasn't responding as quickly. And I've so far, fortunately, have not had chemo. So I know that if there's progression, I do have some options after the Tagrisso. I'm a nurse. And so, not used to being sick. I was at the top of my game. I was in great shape. I was boxing and working out every day. And to all of a sudden have severe pain where I couldn't even stand up straight. And then just like totally, even though I was a nurse, I felt so lost with that diagnosis because I was like, how in the world could this happen to me without even knowing that something was going on except for the back pain? So I think also too, my family rallied around me, my coworkers rallied around me, and around my first cancer anniversary, I saw a flyer at my oncologist's office and for this walk. And so I went ahead and signed up, had a team of friends and family and that come and walk with me. They did the 5K. I think I did like a half loop around the lake here and called it quits for that first year. The second year, I was out of town for my cancer anniversary. And then last year, I trained and made the 5K, the complete 5K. I was the last person on the course, but I completed it. And, I was like, I proved to myself that, this organization helps support local cancer victims, particularly lung cancer victims. Breast cancer patients get a lot of support nationally, internationally, locally, and that, but the lung cancer patients don't. And so, I focus more on supporting Lung Cancer Connection than I would say like the American Lung Cancer Society, and that's because it's local. There's a lot more people out there that are at risk for lung cancer, not just from smoking, but environmental issues and that. And so, you know, I urge people to get screened early. Lung Cancer Connection promotes early screening. And this is just a way to meet with other survivors, in my case, in one place and kind of celebrate being that survivor.